everything. Yeah, come on. Gonna be alright. That's right. Check this out. Woo! Hey, look, I know that things are bad right now. And I'm not gonna try to sit here and say that it's not. But you know what? Everything. Why don't we just become a little defiant? And let's just defy the odds right now. Let's call those things that are not gonna be alright to be what they're supposed to be. Cause you see, we are people of joy. So why don't you just follow me as I declare this on my bass guitar. Come on, drop it. Everything gonna be alright. Well, hello everyone. Welcome. It's tea time with Charlie and Sharon. Here we go. Click. Hey, oh man, I ate it kind of hard. I don't want to break it.
These cups are hard to come by.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. Hey, look, this is a pre-record because once again, this is a very, very busy weekend for us. We have football games all day tomorrow and Sunday. Is that correct?
Yep, the whole weekend.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But you
Wearing
know,
us out.
yeah, well, we love it. First, we want to wish you guys and pray that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we want this weekend, this Thanksgiving weekend, truly to be a blessing and something that would encourage you to just to give God thanks for where you are, who you are, and where you are going. And so we just want to wish you that, okay? Look, honey, I titled this Wake Up America because you have been on this bandwagon now. I mean, she's on fire, man. She keeps finding different things that are just, first and foremost, man, they are eye-opening. There's no doubt about it, man. There's so much going on that it's just blowing my mind because the first video that I want to play is the one that you sent me. It's about the IRS and AI. We want to tell you guys, yeah, so I'm going to, before I play the video, before I play it, I'm going to say this. Guys, it's time to wake up.
Yeah.
It is clearly time to wake up. I just got to find it here. I believe this is the one. Check this out, everyone.
The IRS has just put out a major statement to the entire country warning Americans that moving forward, the agency will now be using AI to crack down on tax-related enforcement, meaning that as fun as it was to pay taxes and then have some federal bureaucrat decide whether you need to be audited or not, well, moving forward, it'll actually be decided by an AI machine, sort of like a tax GPT. Specifically, the commissioner of the IRS, Mr. Danny Werfel, he said this as a part of a statement released just last Friday. Quote, "There is a sea change taking place at the IRS in every aspect of our operations. The changes will be driven with the help of improved technology, as well as artificial intelligence that will help IRS compliance teams better detect tax cheating, identify emerging compliance threats, and improve case selection tools to avoid burdening taxpayers with needless no-change audits." Now, this move towards AI, it requires a little bit of background, and it also requires you to smash those like and subscribe buttons so that this video, as well as this vital information, can reach ever more people via the YouTube algorithm. Now, with that out of the way, the shift towards AI-based tax compliance, it comes as a direct result of the so-called Inflation Reduction Act that was signed into law by Joe Biden last August. Included in that particular law was around $80 billion that was earmarked to expand the IRS's budget over the next 10 years. Now, after the debt ceiling negotiations earlier this year between Joe Biden and Kevin McCarthy, that $80 billion was pared down to $60 billion. Essentially, Congress was able to effectively claw back $10 billion per year for the years 2024 and 2025. But that, of course, still leaves a cool $60 billion for the IRS to play with. And while many people assumed that this would fund a small army of IRS enforcement agents, which still might be the case, but it now appears that a large chunk of this money is actually being funneled into ramping up the use of technology to collect taxes. In fact, the IRS, they released this document right here back in April, wherein they essentially outline what they're going to be doing with the money that's coming to them from the so-called Inflation Reduction Act. That document, by the way, was a cool 150 pages long. And in it, they reference the fact that a significant chunk of the money that's being pumped into the IRS is going to be used to give it a technological facelift, or as they refer to it as, quote, cutting-edge technology, data, and analytics to operate effectively. Now, in this very lengthy plan of theirs, the IRS focused mostly on the customer service aspects of this technology boost. Things like introducing chatbots, different online portals, as well as automated responses to commonly asked questions. However, this plan of theirs, it also explicitly says that the IRS expects the technology-driven enforcement to boost tax collection as well as government revenue. And so again, back in April, this was released as just a plan. But now, well, we're starting to see the execution of this plan come to fruition. According to the IRS, they will now begin to use AI tools to crack down on American taxpayers. Specifically, according to IRS estimates, Americans pay around 85% of the total taxes that they owe, with the difference between what is owed and what is actually paid known as the tax gap. And in terms of how much money is represented by this tax gap, well, according to IRS estimates, between the years of 2014 and 2016, the annual tax gap was around $496 billion. That's $496 billion per year, which, for your reference, is equivalent to around 50,000 tanks that we could be sending over to Ukraine every single year, if only people would pay their taxes.
Wow.
And so, in order to get this money to fund these Ukrainian tanks as well as everything else, well, the IRS is now stepping up and beginning to deploy these artificial intelligence tools in order to find the people who aren't paying their taxes. And in order to do this effectively, besides using your tax forms, your 1099s, and so on, well, the IRS will use three main sources of taxpayer data to pull from and to feed into their AI tool. The first is your previous tax returns in order to establish patterns. The second is publicly available data. And so, for instance, if you happen to be in a music band, they can scan your social media accounts to see how many concerts you play at every single year and compare the number of concerts to the stated income on your tax returns to see whether they line up. And thirdly, the IRS can purchase third-party data about you from different data brokers out there.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Super crazy. And, you know, while we're so busy fighting each other and so busy with all this radical, woke, all this kind of movement, that's what they want us to do. That's what they want us to stay occupied with. They want to keep us confused and mad at each other so we can't see what's really going on. And what I was talking to Charlie about is how the Congress passed all these bills and they smash everything together and they try to get these big bills passed that are thousands and thousands of pages and say, well, let's just pass it and then we'll figure it out later. Well, that's what happens. They pass all these things and these laws and stuff, and then they want to figure it out later, and then we are the ones who end up getting the short end of the deal.
Yeah.
You know, so they're coming out after us to get what little money we have. We're the most taxed country in the world. Our taxes are taxed. That's how bad it is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Our taxes are clearly taxed.
Taxed.
I mean,
You know?
it is absolutely insane.
So I love your title. You know, we need to wake up because we do need to wake up because they're keeping us so, like I said, they're keeping us so confused that all these things are going on, and before we know anything, we figure out what's going on. It's already done. They've got it signed, sealed, and it's being delivered to us. So we need to just stop and think about what's going on in the world. Think about all these riots. Who are really behind all these riots? How are these people rioting and they're not in class? And how are they not at work? They're being paid. There's a lot of people that are being paid to do this.
Right, and a lot of them aren't even citizens.
Exactly. So if they're rioting and they're talking about stuff that's going on here, and if they're coming against this country, then you know what? Hey, put them on a plane and send them back. Or you're a student over here on a visa, or we're funding your education over here, and you don't like what we're doing over here in the U.S., go back to your country. Simple as that.
Yeah, simple.
We need to put a stop to
that.
this.
Simple as
America
that.
first. I'm sorry. I believe in a lot of stuff, but I think we need to put Americans first. Then we can do other things. You wouldn't put your family over another family. Your family comes first, then you can help another family. So we need to look at our country as it's our family. Let's put this family, our country first. Then we help other people.
Telling you, yeah, man, we have to. Look, do you remember when they were spitting that rhetoric talking about, okay, what they want to do is hire 87,000 agents,
Yep.
IRS agents, had everyone all upset. They doing all of that. They had a particular budget. You heard in that episode, or well, in that video there, you heard what he said. It started out, I think, at a certain amount of million, and then they reduced it down. They took 20 million out. But basically, it was a plan. But their whole plan, was to implement AI.
Yeah.
Guys, we are truly living in the end times.
Yeah.
We're truly living in the end times because, see, what's happening here is that Satan, now we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Okay, we know this. But there are those that are flesh and blood that have sold themselves out to the other side. They have, it's like Star Wars, they have yielded to the dark side.
Yeah.
Okay? And so we see all of this stuff happening. And what they're doing, they keep starting something over here to take your attention off of what they are truly saying and what they are truly wanting to do. So even 87,000 agents is what we were wigging out about, or what the mainstream media was reporting. Every media outlet. So this is what I want to say before we continue. Guys, you have to stop listening to the mainstream media. Everything that they are saying, everything that they are reporting, take it with a grain of salt. In other words, all right, this is a part truth. This is a half truth. Because there's some more crap, bigger crap that is actually about to go down or is going down.
Yeah.
Because what's happening here, this AI, man, they will be able to control each and every one. And guess who they're going to come after? They're going to come after those that say or lean toward being conservatives or being Christians. That's you and I. We are the targets. We are the targets. But let me speak to you that say, well, I'm not a Christian, I'm not a conservative, I'm a liberal, and that's who I am. But let me tell you something. Do you think they really give a damn about you too? Because they don't. They don't give a damn about you. If they don't care about us, do you think they really care about you? So this is why we've titled this, Wake Up, America, because this is about America. This is a demonic force that is trying to, and it is so close to destroying the most powerful, peaceful that have kept peace throughout the earth for the last 300 years. We have kept that peace. You see, yes, we got a checkered past. There's no doubt about it. No one's perfect. Everyone's got skeletons in their closets. Okay, so we have a checkered past. But the one thing that we lived up to, which God ordained and predestined for this country to do, is first and foremost to stand with Israel, and then to bring about peace throughout the earth, and most importantly, to spread the gospel throughout the earth. We have done that. Yes, we've done some terrible things. But let me tell you something, guys. We are a country that Satan hates. We are a country that Satan hates, and Satan hates the whole world. But he really, truly hates this nation and Israel. So it's time for us to wake up. You know, they mentioned something about McCarthy was able to cut 20 million off of this thing. But you see, McCarthy was a puppet on their strings. Now we have a man in there, and I think his last name is Johnson, the new Speaker of the House. This man is a man that is being quickened by the Spirit of God, that is being led by the Spirit of God. We are about to see some things take place, some changes, a shift. So before we continue, I want to say this: be encouraged, because God got remnant. He has his remnant strategically placed in different places. Look what just happened here in Michigan. Now we're going to be in Michigan New Year's Eve. Sharon and we're going to be there with Pastor Rick Satterfield at I Am Church, and we're going to be prophesying. And I should have had the picture. I need to do this, so I'm going to really start promoting this. But still yet, we're going to be there. My boots are going to be on the ground, where Kim and we spent and labored for 6 years straight. Going in there 6 years, and man, we would be in there 2, sometimes 3 weeks at a time. And we would hardly go to any other churches or any other place. God told us to dwell in Michigan, in Detroit. Our feet is going to be there. I want to give a big shout out to the Michiganites that did this, because see, this is what we need to do. Exactly what they did. Check this out.
It's an election story you will only see here on News Nation. We're the only network covering it. The town board approved a deal for a massive battery plant that would have brought thousands of jobs and tens of millions of dollars in investment. The town board approved the deal, which didn't set well with the town folk. They didn't like the company's ties to the Communist Chinese Party. News Nation's Brian Enton has been following this story from the very beginning. What amazes me, Brian, the governor wouldn't stand up to the Chinese. The state legislature wouldn't stand up to the Chinese. The town board wouldn't stand up to the Chinese, but the citizens did.
Yeah, Leland, everybody sort of laughed at these citizens, these regular American people for the last 6 months to a year, and they ended up winning. They ousted their entire local government. We're in the town hall right now, Leland. It's kind of bizarre because it's all empty. Everybody packed up that was elected and left last night. You see the treasurer's office is empty. There's going to be someone new that moves in, the clerk. She's been here today going through all the boxes and papers, the new clerk. They're trying to figure out what to do in here. It's a very, very strange situation. There's sort of papers all over the place. You wonder what this would be like if it happened at the state or national level. We talked to one of the new board members about what's going on here. The entire local government was ousted here last night. New board, including you, put in. What do you say to Americans in other parts of the country who are watching this thinking, gosh, you know, I want to get rid of my elected people. They're not doing a good job. I mean, what's the message?
No, great. The main question, message is the democratic process works. If the American people get involved and will go through the right steps and mobilize people and get people involved and educate them on the issues and the facts, then the democratic process in this country is still alive and well, and it works.
So there's going to be a whole new local government here in this rural part of Michigan, Leland, and the goal is they want to stop this Chinese-owned, this Chinese-affiliated company from coming to their town.
Well, Brian, I would also add that it works when journalists show up like you. You've covered this story from the very beginning. You fought for it. There's not a lot of national correspondents who say, "Hi, I want to be in Green Township, Michigan on election night." You did because of your reporting on this. Real quick, what's their chance to actually stop the Chinese factory?
I mean, it seems pretty good. Look, the old township board signed off. They have a development deal with the company, which is named Goshen. But now that there's a new board in charge, they can change the zoning rules. They can file a lawsuit. I mean, there's a lot they can do. And plus, does this company really want to come to a place where the entire local government is against them and the people voted that way just yesterday? So we're going to follow it to see the way it all turns out. If you asked me 6 months ago whether I thought they were actually going to be successful in ousting their entire local government, I would have been like, that's tough. Well, here we are. The building's empty. The new government moves in tomorrow.
And not only were the citizens fighting the town board, but they were fighting the town board supporters, because we know that Goshen has done a lot to try and influence folks in Michigan to build this plant. Brian, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Ain't that great?
That's awesome. That's
They
awesome.
stood up. They fought back. This is what I put in my notes. I said, when the elected officials didn't stand up for righteousness, what did we, the people in this, it's called Green Township. I don't know where that is in Michigan, but we, the people in that area, stood up and they said, no, you work for us. We don't work for you. And they fired every one of them. That's why I like that. Hey, y'all got that Donald Trump anointing. You're fired. You're fired. That is what we need to do, everyone. We need to wake up.
Yep, absolutely. That governor too. She, what's her name? She to be the spokesperson for Donald Trump. She told all the people that own things in China from China that they couldn't own any land. They couldn't do anything else in that state.
You're talking about Sarah.
Sarah Huckabee.
Yeah, Sanders. Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Yeah,
Right.
and she did that. So that's what we're saying. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Because that's what's going on. Why do we allow a country that hates us to come over here and buy our land and buy our farmland and be in charge of our pharmaceuticals and all that stuff? As big as the USA is, why are we so reliant on a country that hates us and want us dead and who are killing millions of us daily with fentanyl that they produce?
Right.
Like, think about it. They want to take over. And the politicians, and there's lots of politicians on both sides. It's not one side.
just not,
On both sides, there's a bunch of politicians that have been sold out. The White House is sold out. I'm sorry, but you are Biden. You're sold out to the devil that lives in China.
Right.
Okay,
No
you're sold
doubt.
out to him.
No doubt.
We need to stop it.
We need to wake up. On November 25th of this month, our subscription to Disney Plus ends because I've had enough of Disney.
Out of our house.
Yeah, I've had enough of it, okay? I've had enough of it. This right here, I don't know if our son, Sharon, sent this to us.
Yeah.
You guys remember the movie Sound of Freedom? Now, my son got into a very interesting conversation with one of his students. You see, my son went to a Christian school there in Oklahoma.
Fellow students.
Yeah. Huh?
Fellow students.
Yeah. One of his fellow students. Yeah. It was called Oklahoma Wesleyan University. It's a Christian university and a very good university. And Sean, he graduated there with a Bachelor of Science degree in kinesiology. Did I say that right?
Kinesiology.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
The sports medicine.
Right. So anyway, he has a friend that they keep getting into deep discussions, and his friend leans a little bit left. And I'm being nice when I say that, right? So he gives an excuse with what I'm about to share right now. I want you guys to see this, all right? You see this? Now, let's read it. Let's read it together. The fact that Disney Plus will release a movie about a girl getting pregnant by the devil in a one-night stand, but Disney, Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu all refuse to stream Sound of Freedom, should tell you everything you need to know about those streaming services. It should tell us everything that we need to know. Now, Disney is cool. We're coming up with some stupid ASS movie about a girl getting pregnant by Satan. Okay, see, sometimes you got to watch me now because you got to hold my tongue. Because sometimes, something an anger rises up in me because of what they have been doing and what they want to continue to do. But you see, Disney stock is dropping. It's tanking. It is tanking. The only thing that is really keeping Disney alive right now is the parks. Guys, we, the people of righteousness, the people of God, the remnant of God, we need to wake up, people, and we need to stop supporting these platforms that wants to continue to promote evil and secular humanistic craziness, and to deny the truth of what is really going on. You know what's interesting? My son's friend made an excuse about these streaming platforms, saying, well, it didn't make enough money, and, they have to make money on this, such and such and such and such. So I said to my son, I said, why didn't you go back to him? Send him to me. Let me talk to him. Because you see, it was Disney, it was Fox, it was Paramount. All of these major studios, they had the script to Sound of Freedom. They had it. They owned the rights to it. And so they said, no, we're not going to do anything with it. So, hey, they gave it to Angel Studios. Angel Studios turned that movie into a blockbuster. It's a hit. But you know what? It hits in a twofold way. It was a hit because it made a lot of money, but it was a hit because Disney, Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, they are all caught up in the very subject matter of this movie. And that's the reason why they didn't want to air it. And I would have said to Sean's little friend, I would have said, well, hey, since you're saying that it didn't make any money or they won't make money on it, they had a chance to make money on it, but they turned it down. I want to ask you, what do you think their excuse, or what kind of excuse you're going to give those secular demons to be able to not to produce the movie in the first place? You see, the religious mindset, guys, we need to know that religion stinks. The devil is mixed in with, religion like crazy. And religion, it has been the problem in this nation. But you and I, the remnant of God, it's time for us to wake up.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? When I was reading that with you, I was thinking, the devil gets a girl pregnant. Like, what are they trying to mimic? Like, when Mary was pregnant with Jesus?
Yeah, right.
Like, I mean, how ironic is that? How kick you in the face is that? And for people who, there's, like I told you, I said, some people don't believe that there is a heaven, or they don't believe in God, but they believe in Satan. So how could you believe in God and you don't believe in Satan? I mean, that's kind of impossible to do. You've got to believe in
Really,
one
it's both ways too. Even if
to believe in the other.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Even if those that don't believe in God and don't believe in Satan, I'm sorry, that means you believe in Satan, because he's bamboozled you to think that there is no God.
Yeah,
that's his
crazy.
whole purpose,
That's
is to
crazy.
take God completely out of the mix.
Crazy. And that movie, we did see The Sound of Freedom, and it was hard to watch, but it was something that needed to be seen. And a lot of people need to see that, because it's happening right now. I mean, we're bringing these people and they're just coming across the border,
Yep.
Where are all these children going? Where are all the babies in Hawaii? Where are all the missing kids in Ohio?
Right.
The thousands of kids missing, and where are all these kids? They're missing. You know where they're missing? To some very perverted people
Demon-possessed people.
that own a lot of these things that we just put on this screen. They're perverted minds.
Right.
They're perverted pleasures. And I'm here to tell you, when you fall, you're going to fall so hard.
Oh, yes.
You're going to be on your knees crying out. And I hope to God that it's not too late for you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, that's so good, and that's why, guys, we have to. So now, okay, Disney Plus is gone after November. The kids, we don't watch it anymore.
Anyway.
But we pay for the subscription, and it ends on the 25th of this month. Okay, but it's done. It's over with. I'm not down with Disney anymore. Now we have Netflix, and we have Amazon Prime. Okay, and we have Amazon Prime because well, basically, we do a lot of shopping. We buy different things.
Well, I
from
do.
Amazon. Yeah, I know. That's the reason why I kind of
Just go ahead
stumbled
and
on that.
say it. Like,
You
well,
know, 'cause I don't.
Me.
Yeah, that's right. She's always on Amazon Prime buying something. Me, no, I'm not down with it. But anyway,
Lazy shopper.
Look. We need to sound off. We
Yeah.
need to make our presence known. Okay, and I hate when a Christian says it's not about money. No, it's about money, but money has power. It has a certain amount of power and influence. And when you hold finances and you got it and you hold it righteously, then you have the authority really to do much for the kingdom of God. That's why I hate when a person comes against what they call the prosperity message. I hate that because it takes money to get things done in this world. Why did God choose a man like Abram, who soon became Abraham? Abram was the richest man in that area at that time. Why did God choose a guy like Solomon when Solomon said he wanted his wisdom? And God says, I'm going to give you wisdom, but I'm also going to give you wealth. Solomon was the wealthiest man and the wisest man in his day. Okay. But then look what Solomon did. Okay. I don't know how he did it. 700 wives and 300 concubines. I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
Well, this is your only wife.
Well, of course. Yeah. But every time,
No, but
I can't help it.
no,
I can't help it. Every
know.
time I talk about Solomon, I just have to, I have to say that.
I know, but on that same subject, you're talking about prosperity and stuff like that. It bothers me too, because like I always think about this, like, and a lot of people think, well, we shouldn't accept money, or we shouldn't whatever. Well, this is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
This is our job. It's mainly his job. I'm just his sidekick, but. But why would God have up in heaven a mansion ready for me, golden streets, gates with pearls, like the size of I can't even imagine, and he wants me to suffer here on earth?
Yeah,
I can't even fathom that. If he's my father, he wants the best for me, just as a natural father wants the best for his children.
Right.
You don't want them to be, you can't have anything, and you can't drive that car, and you can't. No, like we have things, and we have nice things, and we worked hard for those things, but we don't lord over those things, or we don't think that they're like, oh, we've got to have that special car, or we don't worship those things. We just have nice things because God has provided us with those nice things. He's provided us with the ability to get those things through our hard work.
Mm-hmm.
So why shouldn't I have nice things if I want them?
That's right.
I mean, I'm
because that's God's desire is
Exactly.
for you to have nice things.
yeah, and I like to go to Goodwill. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, but you find some nice
I
things
find
there
some
too.
nice stuff there.
You do. You find some nice
I
stuff
do.
there.
I just like to shop at Goodwill. So okay.
But
Anyway.
guys,
But you get the point
Right.
of what we're saying. And another thing, while we're on that subject, I really want people to stop coming. Christians, let's stop coming against other Christians.
Oh my God,
Let's stop
yes.
calling other people false or fake or all that kind of stuff.
Or having a Christmas tree in their house.
Yeah, let's.
Look, Christmas tree. That is
Yeah.
right behind us there. Christmas tree.
But not my Christmas tree, but it's a tree.
Yeah, it's a tree.
But anyway, so let's stop doing that. Let's start praying for people. Let's stop spending time, getting up here and preaching and then preaching against other preachers. Start praying for your brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Stop tearing them down. That bothers me more than anything, for somebody to say, oh, he's false or he's fake or whatever. Okay, if you think that, then start praying for that person. Don't try to crucify that person. That's not our job to crucify people.
Nope.
It is not our job.
Not our
And
job
one
at all.
other thing I really want to lift up, there is a really good friend of my daughter. She went to school with my daughter from middle school to high school. And just a few days before Thanksgiving, her mom, who's way younger than us, she passed
Suddenly
away.
passed
Just
away,
suddenly
yeah.
passed away. And this whole week,
Yeah.
the whole time this happened, I couldn't get this out of my mind. I haven't lost a parent. I don't know what that feels like. As old as I am, I haven't lost a parent yet. And this young girl's lost her mom. So my heart goes out to her, and I just want you to lift her up. Her name is Petra, and her family. And I just want you to lift her up and encourage her and just give her the strength to get through this. I
Yes.
hate when you lose a loved one during the holiday time. So they're reminded every time a holiday, which is supposed to be a happy time becomes now a sad time and a mourning time because you've lost someone. But Peter, you know that your mom is in a better place right
Yes,
now
yes.
in the arms of God. So
Yes, yes,
just
we
lift her up.
definitely need to lift her up, and that's good that you mentioned that, because this is what I'm going to end with. All of this mess that we see that's going on. You know, you just mentioned something about we always coming against each other, pointing a finger at each other, but Satan is very busy in the background implementing his plan for the last 7 years on this planet, which is called the Great Tribulation. And so he's got us, and see, Satan knows that a kingdom divided cannot stand. He knows this. He knows this. He knows this better than anyone, okay, other than Christ, okay, and you and I that really truly understands it. But there are so many in the body of Christ, exactly who she was just talking about, don't realize that this is right. You have played right into Satan's hand, because he knows that if you are divided, you can't stand.
Right.
And so all of this that we are fighting about, Satan is busy implementing different things. Like, I was going to play that video, but we're kind of running out of time, and I don't want to go too much longer. But there's a video that a law was passed, okay, that was pushed through. Congress, just like what we just saw at the beginning of this video with the IRS. They pushed through in this infrastructure bill that they had this 1 point something trillion dollar
Of our tax money.
Yeah, right. Infrastructure deal. In that, in one of those pages, out of those 1,000 pages, there's this little bill, and it has a number that by 2026, every new car that is manufactured in the United States, they will put a what they call a kill switch.
Yep.
Now it's cloaked in this, that it's for those that are driving drunk, so that we will cut down on the drunk driving deaths and accidents. But that's BS, everyone. That's a cloak. That's a whitewashed tomb, because in that they also have the ability to track you, because the minute you hook your device into it, you do your CarPlay, you do your iPod, or you do your I said iPod, but your Bluetooth. Okay, when you hook that up and you're just listening to your music, or you speaking on the phone, because they got it now. It's called hands-free driving. So now you have to hook your phone up via Bluetooth. Okay, so all of the data that's in your phone will be transferred into the hard drives or whatever system they have in these cars. That is already happening right now.
Yep.
Okay, that's already happening. They will be able to collect all of this data on you. They will track you. They will know exactly where you go. They will figure out through AI your pattern, your history, the things that you like to do. They'll be able to figure you out and track you down. That kill switch will be implemented just in case they come up with another BS pandemic. And all of a sudden they say everyone can't go. So guess what? They'll shut your car down to where you can't go anywhere. If
Sounds sci-fi, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's real.
It's real. This is what Satan is going to have in place during the great 7-year period, which is called the Great Tribulation. All of this is being implemented. But you see, there's a harvest. You see, we are fighting, we're pointing fingers at each other, and we're not concentrating and seeking God so that we can reap this harvest. Because Jesus is coming back soon, but he's not coming back for a crippled church. He's not coming back for a weak church, a church that is malnutrition. No, he's coming back for a church that is without spot or blemish. That's what he's coming back for. And so this is the reason why we're pushing this today. This is the reason why we wanted to come on here, okay? We are actually taping this at night. This is, because we're taping this because we are, basically,
Busy weekend.
We're just going to be so busy. And so, but this was so important for us. What were you about to say?
I was gonna say, like, how things are getting pushed through and how Congress pushed through things is it's the same thing what the president did. Was Bush that did the Patriot Act? Mm-hmm. That is the most ridiculous thing ever. Another way of controlling us.
Yeah.
And I just shared with Charlie that I think I told you about it. I hope I did. But what they did, what they're doing right now is whoever was in DC on January the 6th, you could have been there on a business trip having nothing to do with anything going on that particular day. But if you had a ticket or rented a car or anything in that area, they are now tracking you and you're considered a quote unquote terrorist.
Yeah, especially if you
Can you believe that?
if you supported and support Trump, if you are conservative, if you are Christian. This is what they're doing,
Yes.
everybody. Hey, in Facebook, we don't give a damn if you want to shut us down.
Yes.
We don't care. Hey, YouTube, I call you Bluetooth. We don't give a damn about what you're thinking that you can shut us down. You can't shut us down. Okay? Guys, we have to get tired of this.
Yes.
It's time for us to stand up. It's time for us to, just like those people in Green Township, Michigan, that they fired everybody. It's time that we fire people. Hey, don't vote for Kamala Harris just because she's black. We didn't vote for Barack Obama because he was black. We knew the fool was evil. We knew that he wasn't down with us, with black people.
What did he do for us? He did
He didn't do
absolutely
nothing.
He's rich and he's living his life
He didn't do
fine,
nothing.
but
He
did
didn't do a thing.
anything for the black community. The one who did the most for the black community,
Donald
Trump.
Donald Trump.
Look it up. Do your
Look it up.
research.
And if you're mad, I can't help you.
It's okay.
I can't help you. Because it's time for us, like I said, it's time for us to wake up.
We don't vote for color. We vote for the character.
Right.
That's what we vote for. And, my black brothers and sisters, look up what Martin Luther King talked about, what his dream was.
Right.
He said, let's stop looking at the color of our skin, but the character.
The content of one's character. Yeah. That's why his niece, or whoever it was, she followed the dream of her relative. Okay. Hey guys, this is what we're gonna end with. I want you guys to be encouraged. Because see, in the midst of all of this silliness, God is still moving.
Absolutely.
God is still doing miraculous stuff. This right here, the networks, they hated it. They didn't want this to go down. They did not want this to go down. Okay, this guy had a fantastic game a couple of Sundays ago. This is a defensive player for the New Orleans Saints, and it was his time to come to the podium and speak. Check out what he said.
Y'all, the press was not ready for Demario Davis to say this.
Am I good to go? I started to realize something. When we play this game on Sundays, and it's really the Lord's Day, and the day we should be worshiping the Lord, a lot of times players are getting worshiped. Since so many of us didn't get to go to church today, I have a word that I want to share. I know this is a little untraditional, so buckle up. Revelations 3:20 says, "See, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and dine with him and eat with him and he with me." We get to play this game and it's great. But when we go leave this game, we go back to being regular people. And regular people are living life. And people are waiting for a knock. And the word says who Jesus is, he's knocking at the door. All you got to do is get up. He's not going to open the door for you. He's going to knock. You have to get up and open the door. Now, I'm going to be here to talk about football next week. I wish y'all well. Happy Sunday and praise God.
If you need
That was beautiful.
You see what he did? You see what he did?
Beautiful.
He took the opportunity before millions of people, and the press was real impressed with his game, and he balled out that day. He balled out. He comes up to the stage. They say, "So, what were you thinking?" You know what he said? "No, before I say anything, this is what I want to say." And he dropped the word of God.
Yeah.
Get ready for a lot more of that to
Amen.
go down.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then we got my boy, and that I'm just so impressed with. Okay, let me make sure I get this right, honey, because I want to make sure that that I have it here. And this is one of the pitchers for the Texas Rangers, and they just won the World Series. And there are several, and I mean several believers on this Texas Rangers team. Let me tell you what they're not reporting in the mainstream media about this World Series champions this year. They were the only team Texas Rangers was the only team that is right there, right? Yep. They were the only team that did not have a Pride Night.
Yep.
They turned it down. They turned it down. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say about that. But let me. I got to make sure I get this right.
And note, we love all people.
Oh yeah, we love all people.
All people.
Yeah,
We
it's
just
not.
don't,
It's
we
not
don't have
hate.
to believe in what you believe in, but we do love all people.
Yeah. Okay. Check out. I want you to see this. This is John Gray. This is his Twitter page. Okay. This is him. He's got scripture. It's Matthew 7:7. And I can't see it from back here, man. I wish I could.
I can see it.
Okay. Read that starting right there. And
Ask and it will be given unto you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. Matthew 7:7.
okay, this is him, and this is what. A man of God that believes and serves and worship God. He gave God all the praise. Guys, be encouraged,
Yes.
okay? Be encouraged. Now, for all of you guys, I'm going to end with this. For all of you guys that says that President Trump isn't presidential, I'm going to play this for you because I really want you guys to see something. Because you see, this right here is really being presidential as far as I'm concerned. In this video that I'm about to play, it says that when a Saudi prince is in your midst, that no one can touch him. Okay? I want you to see this. This is why, this is one of the reasons why I love this man. I'm going to widen it out. Now I want you guys to pay attention to his right hand. Check it out. I'm going to play it again. Look at it. See that right hand? As I walk through the valley of the... Let's play it one more time.
There's only one prince that Trump knows, and that's the king above.
Kings, yeah.
The king above only.
You see, he was making a statement there, everybody.
Yeah.
He was making a statement. Do you know what that statement was? That statement was this. He said, hey, look, you've been sticking it to us, to my country and my people, and the people of the United States for all of these years. Hey, there's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
We ain't playing the same old games that have been played all of these countless decades. Get ready, because things are going to change. As far as I'm concerned, that's very presidential.
Yeah.
Very presidential, because when he was in the White House, those Saudi prince, that little rocket man in North Korea, that dude by the name of Putin, and even Xi, whatever his name is in China, whatever his name is in China, guess what? They were in line. He put them all in check. He put them all in check. We had peace. Everything was going good. Get ready, for there's a shift that's coming. Amen. And everything is going to be all right. That's Amen. The reason why I love that song that I play at the beginning of these videos. Amen. So anyway, hey, sweetheart, we've gone 47 minutes.
But I want to add one little thing. Wherever there's just a little speck of light, there can't be total darkness.
Right.
So shine your light.
Boy, that's a word. That's a word. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. This is what this is all about. Hey, we love you guys. Know that you're somewhere in the future, and you look so much better than all this. And hello, Jay. You wanna come say hi? She said no, because she said and she listening to us. She said no.
Yeah, she goes, I want to look at you guys and see you. That's where she handed me that hat and been giving me some water to drink. So
yeah, she don't want to come on.
Our little sidekick.
Right. So anyway, and know this, that when Jesus is in effect, Jesus is truly by your side. We put that devil in check. Hey, we love you guys. We see you guys next week. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas.
Well, we'll be on here before then, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So have a great weekend.
Yeah, so have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
You are God, my peace, Lord, my joy.